Namaste beauties, welcome to an interval yoga, groove, fusion class. Let's begin at the front of the mat, coming back to our breath. Close the eyes, open the palms of the hands forward, deepening the breath. Slowly begin to groove the hips in figure 8 circles. Remain fluid throughout the entire class. Inhale the hands over the head as you continue grooving the hips. You can bring the elbows in, pulling down as if you're pulling a rope down. Hips grooving in any way that it feels right for you. Next, we'll do arm circles side to side. Keep the hips moving. Speed it up, moving as fast as it feels right. And here you can begin to bend the knees. Keep coming back to this class so you get the hang of it, you get the groove. And now we're going to be taking small steps back and small steps forward while we're still circling the arms, feeling very fluid. And stepping back. There's no right or wrong way to do things here. Just move in the ways that your body wants to move. Moving forward, slowing it down, speeding it up. Smiling. Excellent. A few more figure eights with the hips in a dancey motion following the music. Lowering down, bending the knees and coming back up. Moving faster, moving slower. Great. Let's lift the hands over the head and exhale, forward bend. Clasping the hands behind you, let the upper body hang, let the head hang heavy, neck relaxing, pressing the hands away from your back. Soften the shoulders, come into chair, squat and look over to the left and right, lengthening through the crown of the head in chair. And you can just hang here, wrapping the wrists around the elbows and just letting the upper body hang. Beautiful. Hands on the floor, step your feet a little wider apart and begin to draw figure eights with your hands on the floor as your upper body is hanging. You can keep your knees bent or you can straighten them, whatever feels right. Let's take one arm up and then the other, following with the gaze, reaching up, looking up. Beautiful. From here we're going to groove the hips a little bit, moving them side to side, coming down into a squat and coming back up, moving the hips side to side, feet pointing out, squatting down and coming up. And from here we're going to straighten the legs and begin to move the spine, rounding the spine, arching the back, rounding and arching, bringing mobility into the upper body. Move with the music. If you prefer slower moves, move slower. If you want to go fast, move faster. And let's move side to side, bringing the upper body and the lower body in here. Explore your own movements. Excellent. From here we'll jump back into Chaturanga, upward facing dog, Chaturanga, and downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, we're going to do the same movements with the hips, figure eights, bending the knees and moving the hips. And let's jump the feet between the hands, forward bend. Jump back, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back to chaturanga, exhale, downward facing dog. Jumping forward, maybe through handstand, squat, forward bend. And jumping back, chaturanga, upward dog, chaturanga, downward facing dog. From here, jumping forward, maybe handstand jump to forward bend. Looking ahead and back to chaturanga, upward dog, chaturanga, downward dog. And one more time, jump forward, forward bend. Look ahead of you, hands on the floor, chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, downward facing dog. And you get it. Again, jumping forward, forward bend. Look ahead of you, straighten the spine, hands on the floor, chaturanga, upward dog. Enjoy this fluidity and this dynamic flow, and back to downward facing dog. Look ahead, jumping, exhale, forward bend. And back to chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, down dog. And again, jumping forward, breathe, forward bend. And hands on the floor, jumping back, chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, maybe partial chaturanga, down dog. Great, one more time, jumping forward, forward bend, jumping back, maybe feet apart, bring them together, up dog, and I'm doing knee chaturanga and back, listening to my body. And again, a few more hip grooves here, figure 8 with the hips in down dog. Move with the music, move with your breath, stay fluid. Knees on the floor, and let's bring the upper body, shoulders and hips in circular movement here. Moving as quickly or as slowly as you prefer to move on different days. Some days I prefer slower moves, some days I want to move really fast. As long as I can sync my breath with the moves, softening the shoulders, softening the hips. Moving in this fashion and rounding the back, arching the back, rounding the back, arching the back, rounding and arching forward and back. Fluidity in the hips, in the spine, in the shoulders, in the belly. Excellent. And from here we're going to tuck the toes under, come onto all fours, and get up into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, flip the leg and hip up and over into wow thing. And once you're in wow thing, you can bring both hands down in tabletop position, and we'll pump the hips 5 to 10 times, staying on your tippy toes. Feel your hamstrings really working here, booty working, hips working, breath working, shoulders, triceps working. Great, and coming back down, lower down, same thing over to the other side, left leg comes up and over, wow thing. You can stay in wow thing or you can go into tabletop and pump the hips. That's an excellent move for the hips and hamstrings, the back of the legs. 10 times or 5 to 10 times. Coming back to one-legged down dog, down dog. Inhale the right leg up, bring it across into chaturanga and back. One more time, bring the right leg across, chaturanga, lift it back up. One more time, chaturanga, lift it back up. And let's take the feet one small step at a time to the front of the mat. Walk them slowly, inchworms. And now you can walk the feet back to down dog here. Take the left leg up, chaturanga with the foot across, back up, leg up, chaturanga, foot across, coming back up, one more rep, and coming back up, great. And from here we're just going to draw a few more circles with the hips. Moving in place, take the right leg up, step the right foot between the hands, drop the back heel down, warrior one. Great, you can move the hands here again. Going into a mild back bend maybe. Reaching ahead of you, straight back. Coming into white legged either plie or squat. And continue with your hands. Reaching over the head in plie. Reaching ahead of you and shifting towards the back of the room. Hands moving in front of you, straight back, warrior one, foot alignment. Coming up into warrior one with the left leg leading. Moving the hands up, staying fluid. A mild back bend maybe. Great, and back to plie. Great. In plie you can move side to side. Bring the hands in, arms in. Shifting side to side. Coming onto the tippy toes side to side. Reaching with the arms side to side, ballerina style maybe. Let's do a few circles. Hip circles here, and great. Lower the knees down on the floor. In a frog position here, only we'll stay high in our frog and continue with the arching and rounding of the back and spinning of the hips, reaching with the arms and bringing the shoulders in. And again, no right and wrong way to do it. Do this as a somatic type of movement where you can spin your head, circle the shoulders, circle the head, circle the hips. Find new ways to move to the music or to your own breath. Excellent. Lower down a little deeper. Feet touching each other, soles of the feet, in order to stretch the inner thighs. Beautiful. Great. Let's flip onto our backs. Lay on your back and reach with your hands over the head. Feet together, and we're going to open the knees out and in, lifting the hips. So it's bridge alignment type of pose, only we're opening the knees out and in, pushing the hips high again, involving the back of the leg, hamstrings, and the booty. Staying on your tippy toes here, opening the knees. And let's lower the heels down and we'll do pelvic tilts here. Moving fast or moving slow, pelvic tilts only, not full bridge. We're just tucking the tailbone in and releasing it. Small pelvic tilts. Bring the arms in, bring the hands in, reaching up. Great, coming back up with the upper back and all the way up using your core. This is optional. You can stay on your back. If you're up, reaching side to side, reaching in front of you with your hands, moving faster to the music. Great. From here we're gonna come back into frog pose, reaching side to side with big circular movements. And let's get into the obliques here, moving the hips in circles, shoulders in circles. Every time you come back to this class, find new ways to move in circular motion, in circular fashion. Focusing on the breath. Excellent. Plie from here. Coming on to the feet. Walk your feet a little closer, more towards in between plie and a wide squat, so that we can groove the hips and the hands here side to side, rocking the boat. If your waist belt is the boat, it's rocking like a boat in the ocean. Excellent. That's the movement. From here we're going to step on the right leg, bring the left foot in and pump the left foot behind you, ballerina style. Squeezing the booty. You're doing great. Opposite side. Pumping the right leg now. Beautiful. From here, heels together, coming onto the tippy toes, knees out, squat, ballet squats. You can bring the hands in, look ahead of you at the horizon, shoulders relaxed. Inhale slowly and lower down. Chest parallel to the floor. Bring the hands on the floor and step the feet at a wide squat alignment. Straighten the legs and begin to move the hips and the spine here in a very fluid fashion. This is like a wide-legged forward bend with a lot of movement. Adjust the width of your feet so that you have range of motion here, room to move. Great. From here we're going to bring the shoulder and the right arm in and just sweep it. Big sweeps, big sweeps. Look up. Maybe wrap it back and around and grab your left hip with your right arm, with your right hand. Beautiful. Opposite side, circles with the left hand, big sweeps. Moving in the ways that your body is asking you to move today. Today you're listening to your body. You're moving in the ways your body wants to move. Wrap it back and around, grab the right hip, look up, lengthen through the crown of the head. And lower both hands down, hands on the hips, coming up to standing. Onto the tippy toes, more hip grooving, more hip circles. Lowering down the knees and coming back up. A little bit of a hip grooving dance, belly dance move. Bring the inner dancer. Great. Stepping out into plie. And let's bring the arms in circles. 3 to 5 circles on each side, really reaching with spaciousness, big moves, changing sides, reaching like a bird. Great. Warrior 2, right leg leading. Engage the arches of the feet. Breathe. Soften the shoulders. Turn towards the back of the room, warrior 2, left leg leading. Coming out of this, hands on the floor, intense side stretch. Both legs are straight, spine is straight, and we're going to lower the chest over the leg, and if you have a little bit of room, round the back, come up and lower back down again. So again, same movement in intense side stretch, changing sides, and do a few spinal grooves here if you have the room. If you don't have the room and flexibility, you can grab your shin bone and stay a little higher here. You can explore your upper back here. Great, step it back, plank. Take the left leg up, right hand up, and change sides. So opposite hand to leg lifting up in plank, alternating. Keep alternating. Focus on your balance and focus on your breath. Keep shifting, keep changing. Beautiful. From here we're going to take tree pose in plank. Left foot onto the right inner thigh. Either stay here or you can grab your big toe and straighten the leg inside plank. Sitting back down, bring the leg towards your chest. You can bend the knee here in order to get deeper in the hamstring. And half lotus. Optional, of course, you can skip the half lotus. Lifting the left leg too, lower it down. And we'll take a plank again with opposite arm to leg lifts. Go for 5 to all the way to 20 reps of this. Focus on your breath here. And tree pose, side plank. Right foot in the left upper thigh, side plank. You can stay here, or you can grab your big toe with a yogic hold, straighten the leg. Lower down, sit down, stretch the leg towards you. And you can fold the leg and come up, either in half lotus or in just foot over the knee. And let's come into forward bend with undulation. Undulating, moving wave-like, bringing the spine in. And lower down, forward bend. Extending the legs in front of you. Breathe. Great. From here, optional, you can stay in your forward bend or you can join me for a headstand. Bringing one leg up at a time or both together, elbows shoulder width apart. Breathe. Try to keep most of your weight onto your forearms. And lower down, somehow getting into a forearm plank. Great, we're going to take one leg at a time, alternating the heels up, pumping the heels up in forward plank. Engaging the booty, keep moving, stay dynamic, beautiful, and come into a plank. Next we'll do forearm plank to plank, coming up and lowering down, alternating sides. Give me as many as you can. Moving fast, that's a challenging exercise. So keep moving, keep moving. Coming into plank when you're ready, knees on the ground, and a few circular movements with the hips here. Into all fours, knees a little wider. Side to side movement, really bring the spine and the obliques here in. Shoulders come in. Again, fluid movement. Imagine your spine fluid. The more you do this, the more fluid you will feel. Bringing more fluidity into the structure of the body. And you can bring the neck and head in as well, shoulders as well. Either continue or rest in child's pose. Great. From here, you can lay on your back. Walk your feet in, coming onto the tippy toes, and we'll open the knees out in bridge pose and bring them back in again. If you like this exercise, it is pretty beneficial. You can do up to 20, even 30 reps. Otherwise, 5 to 10. Listen to your body. You can always pause the video, do more, do less, rest more, rest less. Listen to your body. Opening the knees out and bringing them together while you are engaging your body and hamstrings. And lower down. Let's bring the arms and hands in, reaching up as if you're pulling a rope or pushing silk. Lifting the back of the floor and coming up, reaching in front of you. This particular exercise is only important and appropriate for first trimester. After that, we don't want to do any belly ab exercises. First trimester, it's okay as long as it feels good. Great. And from here, plank. Lower down onto your belly, cobra. Coming out of cobra onto all fours and hip circles here, both knees together so that the hips can move in circles. Including the obliques, the shoulders again, spine again. We're rinsing every part of the body today, bringing circulation, blood into every part of the upper body today. The spine will be awakened. Great. Let's come into downward facing dog. Begin to walk back and forth here with really small steps with the hands and with the feet. You can bring the hips in side to side. Inhale the right leg up in downward dog, flip it up and over while think. Lift the hips as high as you can. And we're going to bring the right hand onto behind the head. Grab your big toe, side plank 2 splits. Transition. Coming into splits here. Coming into wide-legged forward bend. Undulation again. Shoulders come in, spine comes in. Wave-like movement. Undulation. Arching the back, rounding the back. Breathe. Side to side, obliques come in. And if you're ready, you can lower down for a moment in a forward bend. Excellent. Left foot leading splits, or whatever version of splits you're working with. Coming out, reversing the whole sequence, big toe, side plank, hold, release, wild thing, downward facing dog. And you can move the hips, walk the feet towards your hands in small movements. I love this one. Try it with me, knees hovering over the floor. It's one of my favorite poses, even though we don't do it too often. I really love it. Knees hovering over the floor, it really engages your core. Great. And let's come into all fours. Arch the back, round the back, cat-cow. Arch the back, round the back, arching. And you can lower down, chest coming towards the floor in a back bend. Back bend that is more dynamic. Heart to the floor, hips high. And from here we're going to come up in a forward bend and come all the way up with a straight back. Again, moving side to side, bring the hips and the arms in, reaching in front of you. Speed it up and lower the knees, bending, lower the hips down. Great. From a half squat, semi squat, we're going to move the hips side to side, shifting left and right. This will strengthen your hips. And moving in circular movement, or you can do your boat groove into squat pumps, or stay with your boat grooves. Awesome. Coming onto the tippy toes, a few jumps forward, a few hip grooves, a few squat pumps. Get that booty working. Coming onto the tippy toes, a few jump backs. Stay in your squat. Gorgeous. Lower the heels down and a few boat grooves. Coming up to standing, hips moving again. Bring the knees in, shifting the hips side to side. Bring the inner dancer and do whatever feels good. Bending the knees and bringing the hips in. Moving with the music, stepping forward. All the way to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward bend. Hands on the floor. And just enjoy this forward bend for a moment. We can go into little hop all the way to chaturanga, upward dog. Back to chaturanga, exhale, downward facing dog. Our favorite interval yoga move. Inhale the right leg up, true to interval yoga, and pump that right leg 3 to 5 times, 3 to 10 times even, pump it. Pumping that heel up. Booty working. Awesome. From here, coming up into a handstand, lower down, pumping the heel up again. Booty working. And jump into a handstand and lower down. Pump that heel. Changing sides. Let's take the left leg up, pumping the left heel up. Flexing the booty, feeling the hamstrings working as well. And a little bit of a handstand jump again. 5 to 10 more pumps. I love those pumps. Very therapeutic. It's an inversion here, working on the legs. Handstand jump, working on the circulation of the face skin in an inversion. It really helps. Pumping the heel. One last handstand jump and lower down. Beautiful. Knees on the floor. Let's bring the legs in front of us. Sit down onto your booty. Speaking of booties, and let's grab the feet or the shin bones and come into a forward bend. Breathe into your forward bend. Breathe into your hamstrings. Find your breath. Find your serene breath. Find the beauty of your breath. Find the beauty of the moment. Breathe into that beauty. Because you are beauty. Great. Hands behind you, fingers pointing towards your feet. Come up, reverse plank. Lower down, and we're going to go into double pigeon. Shin bones exactly on top of each other. Right ankle over the left knee. And you can lower down, it is optional. Listen to your body again. In double pigeon. It is an intense hip stretch. We're pretty warmed up by now. So do some hip opener of some version of a hip opener. If it's not double pigeon, you can do single pigeon here. Just regular pigeon. Breathe into those hips, rinse them out with each exhalation. Feel the muddy water leaving the hips. Inhale light into the hips. Inhaling beautiful fresh light into the hips, exhaling muddy water. Find the places in your body that feel stagnant. Breathe light into those places. Beautiful. Coming out of this, you can shake it out and change sides. Flex your feet. Always flex your feet in pigeon. And again, lower down and come back to your breath. Your breath is your guide in life, in this beautiful journey. In your beautiful body, physical body. This is where we bring, where the bridge is. The breath is the bridge between the body and the soul. Go deeper and deeper. Be brave with your breathing. Don't be shy. Be brave. Breathe. Breathe deeper. Tune into your Ujjayi breath. Just with the power of your breath, you can change how you feel, how you perceive the world. You can change your health. You can shift your awareness and consciousness. We collect prana through the breath. Keep deepening it. We don't just use it to stretch. We use it to raise our consciousness, awareness, to awaken. Beautiful. You can sit up. If you feel like it, you can bring a few undulations here too, a few movements, a few circular movements. Optional, always optional, lotus. Lotus is always optional. Undulation again, movement. As you see and feel fit. Shoulders can come in. You can lift your booty off the floor. Great. Straighten the legs, hands behind you, and you can straighten the legs in front of you a few times. Support it on your hands. Big toes touching, extending the legs and bending them. Kind of ballerina style, only seated. Lower down onto your back. One-legged bridge on your tippy toes, right leg on the floor. Really use that booty and the hamstrings. That's my favorite hamstring exercise, for the back of the thighs, for the strength there and the tone there. Opposite side, we're just giving it a dancey twist here so that it is a different class than the other interval yoga classes. We're on the tippy toes, Lifting in bridge pose on the tippy toes. Connecting more with the dancer in us, with the feminine in us. And happy baby. Grab the outer edges of your feet if you can. Lay here and happy baby. Tune into the happiness of the moment, into the joy of the moment, into the simplicity of the moment, and the joy in the simple things. Great, let's stretch one leg at a time. Bring the right leg over your chest. Extend the left leg down. And you can bring that right leg across from your body. Just a very small move. I'm showing you here, demonstrating where you feel the stretch. It's on the side. Changing sides. If you have to rewind this, rewind it. It's a very small stretch for the hip and the psoas. Bringing the chest over, the leg over the chest, and then bringing the foot slightly across. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy of stretching the hips and the legs. The joy of freedom. Beautiful. Knees together, and you can bring them side to side a few times. Playfully. Coming back up into plank. And let's walk in plank back and forth. You can stay in flat plank or in downward, in between downward dog and plank pose here, whatever suits you. Walking back and forth, and you can jump now with your feet together, back, and hop forward. Stay playful. If you want to be off your wrists, you can do this obviously on your forearms. Great, forward bend. Slowly roll up to standing like a ragdoll. If you shoulder circles, shoulder circles. Yes. Feel how awake your shoulders and spine are now. How awake your hips are. Reversing the shoulder circles forward. Inhale the hands over the head. Exhale the hands down by your side, standing tall, feeling the energy in your body, the energy circling your body. Coming back to your breath, to the moment, to the beauty of who you are. Appreciate that beauty. Stay here, bask in that beauty, in your own beauty. Stay here for as long as you need to. You can bring your hands over your third eye, over the heart. Being grateful for the beauty of your heart. I'm grateful for you. Namaste.